you've caught me at a bad time again. I'm feeling a bit sad inside. I've just had a bit of a quarrel with Mrs. Jenkins. She wanted to paint the picture red and I wanted to paint the picture green, and she said red was better and I said green was better, and then we just had this quarrel and we both got a little bit cross with each other, and oh dear, I don't know what to do now. But that word, quarrel, that's a strange word, isn't it? Quarrel. So if you quarrel with somebody, you have a bit of a disagreement. Somebody says one thing, somebody else says another thing, and sometimes you just can't agree. Quarrel. Do you want to try and say that word? Quarrel. But you've not heard that word before, have you? What sound could you hear at the start of quarrel? Quarrel. Can you hear a qu at the start of quarrel? Quarrel. Goodness me, strange sounds and strange words for our phonics lesson today. Shall we have a look and see what other things we have got with that qu sound at the start? Before we do you want to see if you can say that qu sound? Qu, qu, qu. Fantastic. I've got the picture cards here because this is a tricky sound today. Here, I have got a picture of somebody very important, a queen. Can you say queen? Super. I've got here, now this is actually called a quilt. Can you see if you can say quilt? And your quilt is your big blanket that goes on your bed, your quilt. And this last one, oh dear, this is a bit like Mrs. Jenkins and I earlier when we had our quarrel. Can you see that? And see if you can say quarrel. Not a nice one today, that one, quarrel. Shall we see what I've drawn behind my piece of paper on the board here? Here we go. Now the crown on the top is a bit of a clue for what my picture is here. This is the queen that I have drawn on the board just here. Now our queen, she has a beautiful long plait. But sometimes this plait actually gets caught in the rain, and sometimes she gets really wet when she goes outside in the rain. And a bit like me, her hair goes all fuzzy in the rain, so she'll need her umbrella when our queen goes out for a walk in the rain. Shall we have a look at that card? Here we go, bit similar to mine. There's my queen, and there's the queen on our card just there. Now this is confusing because on this side it's just the queen on her own, but when I turn this over now for the qu sound, it's a bit tricky because look, on that side that was for our queen, and that there was the letter U, isn't it? We know that's a letter U. So these, can you remember what it's called where it's two of them together making one sound? That's right, they're the special friends. So when we see this letter with the U, it's going to be the qu sound. Qu, qu, qu. You don't normally see this one on its own. He always has his friend with him for the qu sound. So my queen up on the board here, I'm going to see if I can draw that letter to go with her. Now I'm going to go round my queen's head like this, and down her hair. She's got a very long little curly plait there, hasn't she? Do you want to see that again? I went round her head and down her hair. Should we have one more go? Round her head and down her hair for that letter there, for the sound. Do you want to see if you can do that in the air? So round the queen's head, up and down her round the Queen's head, up and down her hair for a sound. So remember, when we see it on the card like this, it has a with it. A bit like when I said before that the Queen likes to have the umbrella to keep her hair dry. Just imagine that Queen, you don't often see her without her umbrella. So this side, you're going to say Queen. As you can see there, she is a queen. And then on this side, we're going to say the sound. Or queen. Not an easy one today, but we're really going to try our best. So look, queen or what can you see? Queen. 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 Fantastic. Well done, because this is very tricky today, isn't it? Shall we take today's sound and see if we can hide it with, my goodness, the pile's getting bigger and bigger. My hands aren't going to fit round this pile soon with all these sounds. I need to grow bigger hands. And when today we see today's sound, let's imagine that we are a duck, because a duck will say quack. So when you see that sound, quack, 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 make your hands like a duck's beak. Are you ready? So say the sounds, look out for quack, 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 quack. Ready? Go, go, go. Up, b, z, v, I. Excellent. I'll hide that in again. Look out. Are you ready? Say the sounds you can see. F, t, d, o, r, s, sh, excellent. I'll hide it in one last time. Are you ready? Let's keep going. V, y, j, ch. Root sound. E, a, g, p, x, k, k, n, a, b. Excellent. Super spotting for today's sound. It is a tricky one though, isn't it, today? Shall we see if Fred can help us and tell us any words that he knows? Do you know any, Fred? You do? Right, Fred, tell me a word that you know. Ick. Ick. It's not going to be slow, it's going to be ick. Quick, excellent. Can you jog on the spot really quick? Fabulous. Right, ready for another one. Is. Is. That's a hard one, Fred. Is. That was the word quiz. Do you know what a quiz is at home? I can't remember, Fred. What's a quiz? Oh, it's where you ask questions and see if you know the answer. Ah, very good. So a quiz of questions. Ooh, questions? It. It. Quit. Well done. So if you quit, it means you give up on something. So we don't quit, do we? We definitely don't. We always keep trying. Do not quit. Have you got one more? Ah, are you ready? Quack. Quack. The duck says quack. Quack. Fantastic. Well done. So a challenge you might like to do now inside your pack is you have got your picture of your queen, and the queen has got a quilt, but she's not happy at the moment because her quilt is a bit plain, isn't it? Maybe you might like to see today if you can design your own quilt for a queen. You could do lots of colours on there and patterns and shapes, couldn't you? So have fun designing your quilt for your queen. And I better go now. and find Mrs. Jenkins and apologise for our quarrel that we had today, because red is a lovely colour, isn't it? I'll go and have a chat to her and maybe we'll do the picture red instead. See you later.